Five Nights at Freddy's is turning 10 years old this month. I still remember when everybody thought it was just going to be a fad, a flash in the pan kind of thing. Look where we are now. So yeah, it's been a decade of FNaF. There's plenty of projects coming up in the works, like there's new books, there's new games. Dead by Daylight is getting a FNaF crossover, finally. I hope it's Springtrap. The FNaF franchise means a lot of things to a lot of people. It sparked creativity in many people, myself included. Being the obsessive goblin that I am, it was all I talked about in middle school. I couldn't exactly play the games at the time, so I just watched a bunch of Let's Plays and MatPat theories and played shitty fan recreations on Scratch. Each of the Cawthon era games, the quirkiness of the design choices, that's the word we'll use, quirky, the color palettes, the atmosphere, the story, there's nothing like it. Five Nights at Freddy's is totally unique. And, it was the first time I was ever, in the loop of something, but FNaF was the first time where, I was there from day one, basically. The first two, came out basically back to back, and that surprised everybody. For the third game, for FNaF 3, where, all the trailers were coming out and the speculation, and we had a mysterious brand new character that I was really looking forward to. Ended up being this guy. He's one of my favorite characters in all of fiction, basically. I can't even exactly tell you why. Very cool. And, the FNaF 1 to 4 probably was the peak, in my opinion, or at least the time when I was most invested. 5, 6, and Ultimate Custom Night. I feel like there's sort of a shift. There's definitely a shift between 1 through 4 and then 5 through Ultimate Custom Night. It took a turn for more sci-fi, that he always wants to bring it back to a sci-fi direction, but I personally really prefer the more supernatural vibes of the first 4 games, and I think they sort of have a distinct tone to them that sort of the franchise hasn't really captured again, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a problem. I'm just saying. Scott Cawthon, he always has the fan base at heart, which was sort of why I wanted to get into initially game development all those years ago, but Security Breach was kind of the last one that I was really there for, and I haven't really read any of the books, but people like them. I saw the movie in theaters, and it was pretty good. I'm looking forward to the sequel, and I'm happy to see the franchise has been going strong for a decade, and it's just honestly just crazy to think that it's been that long. I feel like I'm not alone with this, maybe in some of the older fans who were there for the older games. Even if the franchise isn't over, I feel like we sort of have that catharsis. Freddy is not going anywhere anytime soon. There's plenty of new projects in the works, and there's a whole new generation of FNaF fans, which is cool. Really nice to see people who are younger still taking a liking to something that they weren't there necessarily from the beginning. So, it's doing pretty well for itself. The love and the legacy of FNaF is in good hands. Scott has been, very diligent in preserving the spirit of everything and passing it down and making sure things don't stray too far from that original spirit. So thank you, Scott, for this franchise that we've all enjoyed for the last decade. Appreciate all the work that has gone into things, and it has been an absolute pleasure to grow up with this series. I don't think Freddy's will ever stop surprising us. I just wanted to I don't know what I'm doing.